Hi there, friends. I'm Vasco. I'm part of the team behind the first global Scrum Master Summit. If you're a Scrum Master, the Scrum Master Summit is a place to learn, to share, and to meet new friends. We will have lots of live sessions where you can meet and network with other Scrum Masters from all over the globe. So make sure you check it at bit.ly/SM Summit and the numeral 21. That's bit.ly/SMSUMMIT21. We have 7 amazing keynotes or more, as we are still organizing the conference as I record this, and 8 tracks that feature people like you and thought leaders sharing their insights and knowledge to help you become an awesome Scrum Master. So once again, check it out at bit.ly/SM Summit 21. That's all lowercase, all one word, SM Summit and the numeral 21. I'll see you on the virtual conference floor. All right, now on to the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday Leading Change episode this week with Ines Garcia. Hi, Ines. Welcome back.
Hello.
So, Ines, on Wednesdays, we focus on our role as change leaders, change agents, but also people responsible for working with change every single day. We work with change at the team level, sometimes at the individual level, and of course, also very often at the organizational level. And for that, we need to develop our change leadership skills. And that's what we want to focus on with this story. So share with us a story that you were involved with, a change story, and also walk us through specifically the tips, the tricks, the techniques you learned back then that you still use today.
Okay, I will tell you a story from a team that started as an umbrella innovation startup from a much bigger corporate company. And the teams had a way of working together which show like really strong bonds and very effective synergy over time. So from 4 years from the inception of this team, the company now had over 2 million customers, so grown a lot. And as the company had grown, so had the team. And as the volume of work had increased, the original team of 4 people was now 40 people growing strong. So over time, for example, their planning sessions had become kind of half-a-day marathons. They had so many tasks to run through that there was only enough time to raise just a handful of questions and if any, challenge. And it had become almost impossible to predict that any feature outcomes in their cycles, in their sprints. So after some influencing around, we did one of my favorite things to solve a challenge, which is throw people together into a room. Boom.
That sounds like an easy enough technique. How does it go?
Well, we held a session. I give you a little bit the steps of how we tackled this, but we held this session where 15 different themes of work were presented. So for each area, we all discussed the benefits and how that kind of theme of work contributed to the company's vision. So the next part of the sessions is for the full team, the 40 people. Each one, they rank themselves from 1 to 15 to each one of the themes based on their skills and based on their interests, what they wanted to contribute to. 1 being assigned to the area that they were most interested to get involved with, and then the 15 will be the list. Then after that, what we did, it was group the 15 different themes by context and desired delivery quarters ahead. So plotting a little bit, some rough idea.
So almost like a roadmap per theme. Was that so?
Yes. And visually, so that you can see them all, also surface some of the things that not everything could be done in Q2, right? So what can we bring before and after? And then very lastly, they self-appointed and defined the teams that would tackle each one of the group. I don't know how to call it, group bundles of work, maybe. So from the ranking exercise, it became very obvious that there were some more interesting bundles than others. So it was just put back to the team, and that they reshuffle things for a fair balance, right? So you can't just have a few people doing boring things. It just needs to be fair, challenging, and interesting for everybody. So as a team, because they were a team that they grown organically, even that with 40 people, they were a team which functioned relatively smoothly. So no one really wanted to mess that up. Another learning I think from Scrum Master is learn what works fast, don't impose, instead try to co-create. And doing the exercise of organizing themselves into more manageable focus groups, they knew they could evolve the architecture, the requirements, the design from each one of the group themes, because the direction and the bundles have been set as a group.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like a way to also give responsibility to the teams in a moment of change. You said co-create, which is pretty much exactly what you did. But also, one of the things I think is implicit in this process, do let me know if I'm misunderstanding, is this giving responsibility to the team while at the same time setting a clear boundary that the status quo is no longer enough.
Yeah, absolutely. I think also the visualization, the being able to depict where we are and where we're going in a very open way is super powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. How did that go, though? Like, how did you help, or were you part of that process where they visualized not only the roadmap, as it were, like, what are we going to work on in specific time periods, but how they visualized where they are and in general where they're going beyond the roadmap? Like, how did that go?
I think the session was really interesting. It was a bit cold and puzzling at first, especially as you mentioned, bringing the responsibility to everybody involved shocked some souls more than others. And I think it was really interesting how some obvious things will bubble up of certain themes or certain pieces of work that no one wanted to be part of it. Okay, that then is a problem. How can we solve this problem with 40 very intelligent brains in the room? So I will do it again. I think it's one of my favorite things to do. In certain amount of scale is just bring people together in a room, make it visual, and just get to specifics. Having the purpose in mind, I think, is very important to start with the vision of where we're going and why.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have a blog post or do you have a link for us to share about how you set up this session?
Not yet. Maybe I should write about it, actually.
All right. So if you do write about it before this goes public, do send me the link and I'll add it to the show notes. Otherwise, I'll add it when you send it to me, even after the episode is published, for sure.
Okay, noted. Homework.
Thank you very much for sharing this story, Ines.
Thank you.
Leading change is one of the core skills we must acquire, but it is only one of the steps towards our success as Scrum Masters. Tomorrow, on Success Thursday, we will talk about how to define success for the Scrum Master role, we'll cover tips on how to measure your way to that position, and most importantly, how to develop that focus on continuous improvement that is as important for Scrum Masters as it is for teams. See you tomorrow. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.